So last week I got a sneaky look at F1 Manager 23, an exclusive presentation on the game, some of the changes from the last game. But let's get you guys caught up. So basically F1 Manager is a game where you don't actually drive an F1 car. You are the manager of the team. You manage the upgrades, the drivers, the pit crew. You can give your drivers tips on when to push, when to save the tires, when to use all the fuel, when to use the ERS. It's all up to you. So you are the ultimate F1 manager, and there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of micromanagement, but it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the first game. There was a little bit of criticism about the first game. There wasn't enough updates and stuff like that, and patches. Definitely saw criticism quite a lot. But we do have a new game. It's coming out summer 2023, so not far away, on Steam, the Epic Games Store, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and S. So let's start with the main sort of headlines. We have 23 races, of course, the 6 F1 sprint events, new cars, the new updated models, new circuits, Qatar, the Las Vegas street track, new drivers, a new gameplay mode, and yeah, we're going to talk about that straight away. So this is all I can say about this new mode. It's called Race Replay. It is an exciting new gameplay mode coming to F1 Manager 2023, which will bring players closer to every twist and turn in the 2023 F1 World Championship, allowing them to rewrite key moments. We have more to share on this with players very soon. That is all I can say about that. I think it pretty much says it on the team, the description. That yeah, I won't say any more in case they get in trouble. So in the background, you should see some gameplay, some screenshots, the announcement trailer which just launched just now. So you can go and watch that if you want to. Right, so let's talk about deeper pit stop management. You now have a new role in your sort of arsenal of employees called the sporting director. His job is to basically manage the pit stops, making sure the pit crew is ready and raring to go. So you can push them, you can keep training them, but then they get a little bit tired and fatigued, and then potentially mistakes might start to creep in. So there's a bit of an element of their risk and reward a little bit. You can really push your pit crew to improve, but they may get tired and they may make mistakes. Mistakes in pit stops are not good. So this screenshot you can see in the background, it's tightening the tires, new tires, used tires off. It all needs to be in a perfect, nice little rhythm. So try to keep that fatigue and not get too wary is definitely going to be useful. You can see the estimated pit stop time is down a little bit because they're not fatigued, they're ready to go, and there's a big drop in a chance of mistake. So you want that to be on point. You want the pit stops to be nailed every time. This is probably one of my favorite additions, expanded series simulation. So you can now track F2 and F3 for potentially that future driver. You can keep scouting them as well, seeing their results. There might be a particular driver that's just on the form and just delivering every race, and you're like, okay, he has to be my number 2. So driver development has changed a little bit. Drivers will now develop their skills through the player's designated development focus, improving one of several performance ratings based on their selected focus. So you may want to focus on overtaking or just pure pace. For example, it's sort of up to you. Additional experienced drivers will see their development rate fade over time, so Alonso might possibly go down. But if they're still performing on the track, that won't recess as much, if that makes sense. So this was definitely a community-driven addition, a very, very cool addition, and very realistic actually as well. So drivers and staff can now be recruited for the beginning of the following season, adding, a greater flexibility in how team principals build their team for the future. So, for example, we had Danny Ricciardo last season. Obviously, Oscar Piastri was hired for the next following season. So I like that a lot. So you may spot a driver, you know for a fact you definitely want to get them in the next season. We can also save a bit of money because obviously if you decide to kick out a driver, it's going to cost you. But you may have a driver like De Vries, for example, who just isn't performing and you want to do that immediately, and that's up to you. You are the team principal. You are the leader of the team. You can do whatever you want, but I do like how realistic it is and a little bit less punishing on the drivers that maybe aren't performing. It would be quite interesting to see what happens if you change your mind. Can you go back and sort of cross out the contract? That'd be quite cool. I'm adding this later on after I finish the video, but basically I forgot there's a new camera view where you can zoom out, go where the little dots go around. It's quite hard to sort of work out where you was on the map. It's more of like an aerial helicopter view with the dots going around on the map, and it's looked definitely a little bit better. I'm hoping I'm allowed to talk about that, but anyway, yeah, that's a pretty nice little addition. A new camera view, or updated camera view. Right, so there's 3 more changes that we're going to talk about: driver confidence, tactics, and tires. So these are all areas that have been significantly developed, which will add new considerations for players. Driver tactics can now be expanded to balance the risk and reward nature of competition. Whilst the new ERS Battle Assist option will support both overtaking and defensive strategies once a rival is within DRS range, the tactics which are issued will affect tyre temperature, which this season will play a big key role in strategic considerations. Both surface and the carcass temperature will change throughout the race based on varying factors, such as the ambient temperature and the driver's own ability, affecting tyre degradation levels and influencing the likelihood of mistakes. We know how important tyres are now in F1. I don't really like the focus on tyres that much. I want them to go flat out, 100% all the time. But I guess that just isn't realistic right now. But yeah, managing the tyres, managing the tyre temps is definitely going to be important. And again, your sort of driver confidence is going to be absolutely key to this. Driver confidence was in the previous game, but they've really sort of made a bigger focus on it as well. Both these features are underpinned by a new driver confidence system, which will give team principals a visual indication of whether their drivers are over or underperforming, which is crucial in understanding how hard they can push their drivers to achieve the best results. So maybe you have a very low confident driver going into a weekend, you know, potentially you can't push them too much. If you played the first game, you know, if you put it in like overtake mode, ERS on, fuel on, ultimate push, mistakes do happen, crashes do happen. This was also a question I asked, by the way. Have they updated the crash models and the crashes? It's felt a bit unrealistic at times, and they definitely have updated most of all of the systems in the game. But yeah, crashes have been improved. There is a couple of things I can't talk about that we saw during this presentation, but overall, lots of sort of tiny additions which will add and definitely improve the game in terms of how you deal with driver confidence. The contracts, I think, is a good addition. Having a sort of deeper series simulation with the F2 and F3. There's lots of nice changes, definitely. Obviously, the new tracks, the new cars as well, the new drivers. But it maybe could have been done with maybe a DLC or a season pass or something like that, where we get pay £20 or $20 and we get the 23 season potentially. I think that would have been quite cool. It's very hard to tell until I actually physically play the game how these minor changes are really going to add to the game. There's some good changes for sure, but is there enough? I think that's up to the buyer. It's up to you guys to decide. Big fan of the first game. This is definitely going to be improved, but is it improved enough? Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and bye-byes.